It wasn't until pranks got saturated, I started warning everybody, like, guys, got to jump ship. We got to do something else.
Yeah.
I'm doing something else. I'm not staying in the prank game. It's saturated. Everybody's faking now. Everybody, it's so crazy. Somebody's going to get shot and killed eventually, right?
Yeah.
I got laughed at for that for a while. And I was like, dude, I'm going to start daily vlogging. Jesse Wellens from Prank vs. Prank, who was crushing it back then. He was the first person that said, you should start daily vlogging. And I waited a year after he told me that to start. I started with my wife. I was like, you know what? Let's just do this. I want to be a family man. I was rated R back then.
Yeah,
Hard.
Yeah.
Hard, dude.
And I was like, know that. I've seen your first video.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? My kids are growing up. I don't want this.
Yeah.
I don't want... What I want to do is really who I am.
Yeah.
And I thought I had to be rated R for the internet.
Yeah.
Look, I still like dropping the F-bomb every once in a while, but for YouTube and for my family, don't. So I was like, you know what? Everybody's out here in LA. Everybody's videos look exactly the same. I'm gonna stay in Ohio, build a cool backyard, raise a family, and I'm gonna film daily. And man, was that shocking to everybody. Rated R pranks, super viral, 100 million views on a prank, right? To now you're gonna leave and make these family videos that are PG, like super PG. Like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think it took a year before that channel completely outran the prank channel totally.
Wow.
Completely.
Completely different audience, too.
Completely. And that became my success. The vlog channel became my major success and just changed my life forever. I dropped the Smile More brand through there and just went crazy.
Yeah.
Just hit a whole nother level of success and finances, and I was able to be with my family all day. It was like a major gift.
Yeah.
Major gift.
And that's amazing. And again, a lot of hard work
Oh man.
went up to that point. I love to reiterate because, I don't want to disencourage people from trying to chase the dream of being a YouTuber or streamer, but I also want people to understand it's not as simple as they may think. Because, nowadays there are people that go viral overnight. You see it on TikTok, you see it, but it's not the typical case. The typical case is someone like yourself who spent 5 to 10 years to build it up. So starting with 58 cents for 3 years, starting with 3,000, 4,000, and, having to quit your job. I think that's one of that moment of when someone realizes I make enough money to be able to quit my job, especially for an older, someone who's older. Me, I started when I was 14, so I never had another job.
Yeah.
Which is another, it's like that's a blessing in some ways, but in other ways it's like, I'm happy, I'm blessed with my life, period. But there's definitely experience I missed out on by not working another job, like yourself, right?
Yeah.
Or other YouTubers that people worked a lot of different jobs. So I have a different view on the world because I started my adulthood on YouTube.
Yeah, man.
But at the same time, I also know that that's a very unique situation. Most people are not gonna start like that. So I feel like I have an obligation when the younger kids speak to me, no, it's not that simple. You're not gonna just start making thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Well,
we live in a different time, right?
Yeah.
Now people start YouTube only for money.
Yeah, exactly.
So the OGs, the old YouTubers, is like there was no money. You started it because you enjoyed making content, and I always say that. Do what you love, and money's the byproduct of what you love. So if you don't love it and you're doing it just for money, it's probably going to be miserable.
Yeah.
You're not going to make it through that 3-year war zone.
Yeah.
Right?
No, for sure.
The resistance is too heavy. You're going to just fall. But if you love it, the money really doesn't matter.
Yep.
Because it's your passion.
Yep.
So patience is key. And I want to just say this because it's helped me a lot. Through my life, everything great has happened right after I've given up twice. The resistance gets so much in your way to success. And every time you want to quit, just go 2 more times. It's like, I'm done, I quit. And then you do it again tomorrow. And then you hit that next point. It's just like you're done. You're absolutely done. Go 1 more time. It's usually where all my success is hit. In fact, it's almost proven at this point.
Wow.
I quit YouTube twice right before I blew up.
Wow.
Fully quit. Done. Not uploading again. I started uploading.
Even now you're
But
uploading.
almost with everything I've done, man. Almost everything I've done, greatness happened right after I wanted to quit. So
Wow.
you got to just power through it, push through it. Let your passion just do the drive.
It's amazing advice. again, if you have a passion, as I get older, if you have something that you're that passionate about, you have to chase it. Because like,
Yeah.
for me, when I kind of got over making videos, like there was really nothing I was super passionate about.
Yeah.
And it's not, there's the dream of certain careers or whatever. If you're able to mix passion with work, and you're able to actually, establish a family and take care of yourself based on a passion, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
It's a major gift.
I could see why you push through,
Yeah.
but still, it's not easy. It's amazing advice. Speaking about money, though, I guess one part of the show I love to is to also open people's eyes. I have this in another series I'm be doing. We're kind of just to kind of, if you grew up in this world, you understand the money that flies around. But a lot of people who really are not.
Yeah.
They would be shocked if they heard how much money people can make. So if you would be willing to share, speaking of YouTube, saying that you did start off, it did take you a decade to get to this point, but what was one of your higher months on YouTube? Just YouTube ad revenue. I'll say the highest month, if you could think of, or just that ballpark, I guess, of when you're at your peak of YouTube.
Yeah. So I think, I know a lot of people say YouTube doesn't pay as much now. I think they pay more now. But in my prime, I remember, this is going to sound crazy, but I remember doing a lot of months, $500,000 in just ad revenue. And that was, no brand deals, no merch, no.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was really wild. But that was back when I was doing, every upload was 3 to 6 million a day, every single day.
Yeah, no.
That now is
Oh my gosh.
absurd amount of money.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Not that wasn't.
No, that's a
Like
that is
coming
an
from
yeah.
from the rope factory to $500,000 a month was unreal.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't have written it in a book. Like
Yeah.
if they were like, "What do you want?" I would have never put $500,000 a month.
Yeah.
I'd been like, 5,000 a month would just set me up.
Yeah.
Right. So I never expected that life ever. You add merch into that. I mean, merch was one of our biggest revenue streams.